Remorium? More like underscorium, am I right? Owned! Anyway, I hope you guys brought your lattes. I came in and this is what I'm greeted with? Really? You better believe it. Thanks for 14 months, by the way, Kex. 5 p.m.'s the perfect time for coffee. What are you talking about? 5 p.m. for me. Have some coffee. There's a legally distinct chocolate milk. Depends. Does it have caffeine in it? Here, let's talk in a second. Let me finish that up. Cola trinken. Okay, ghoul. Wow, we really gonna hit every old meme? This drink is fucking mingen. Wie cool ist das, bitte? Real Joller. Midnight is perfect for coffee. Society. That's what I'm saying. Just cast off the shackles of what civilization has told you have to do. Spend 17 months watching some douchebag anime man on the internet. Well, you're holding so many things. Yeah, today I'm holding so many things. Today I'm dual wield. I'm holding a little coffee mug and I've got a book. How do you like that? Bro is gripping that, but chill. I barely got a hold on it. Relax, dude. Relax, all right? That's what it's all about. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Forget civilization. It's my organs, which riot at caffeine at 5 p.m. Oh, mine too, but also I refuse to let my organs tell me how to live my life, so I demand that they obey me, not the other way around. Thus, I will keep drinking coffee whenever I feel like it. You were the top viewed TTRPG on Twitch last night, even apparently, I don't believe that, but also, sweet, thanks. Also, Remorium, thank you for 23 months. Thank you. That's crazy, though. Ah, my hot girl tummy issues. Love and Light to the Fullest, thank you for 16 months. Says, can't stay because I'm taking Gremlin 3 out for birthday hibachi. Ooh, nice. You know what I want to go to is K-Barbecue, but there's no K-Barbecue anywhere near me, so oh well. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And thank you for 16 months. Snowy! Thanks for 23 months. I am, in fact, nerd maxing, and I'll never stop. Local Tooth Fairy, thank you for 23 months. Wait, why are you guys all at it again? It's true. You had more viewers than Critical Role Twitch channel. That's crazy, dude. I think a lot of people consume Critical Role as a VOD is why, which, I mean, respect. It's very long. It's hard to watch it live, I'm sure. Anyway. Holy shit, server day. Thank you for 23 months. Cashing in my penultimate coupon for 1 free monthly insult. Hey, now that you're 2 years old, surely you can use your big boy curse words. You're right. You're a poo-poo doo-doo head, a stinky yucko, and you are the cervidae of thine toilet bowl. You are, in fact, not just a cervidae, but it was served today. Did I do it? Did I hit you with that? Did I fucking crush your soul, your spirit with my burn, my roast? When I hit you with the stinky doo-doo. 2 out of 12? I'll show you 2 out of 12, motherfucker. 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6 cervidaes agree that they cannot handle my strongest roast. 1 out of 6 cervidaes agree that they come crawling upon their knees monthly to beg me just for an ounce of masochism fulfillment. And I look them dead in the eyes and I whisper, no. Seagal, thanks for 23 months. Hi, Cam. Hi. Falcona, thank you for 13 months as well. Being exceptional, absolutely bonkers. Ack, my government name exposed. It's true, Natalius. Natalius. Also, yay for more yapping about yesterday's TTRPG. So proud. I need tea for morning latte. See, the trick is that I'm not going to yap about yesterday's TTRPG just to really cuck you. I'm going to give you that fucking nerd cucking. No, I'm just kidding. I'll probably talk about that a little bit. No mask gives a fulfillment. Break skateboard. Twoo. Cam giggled. Did they kick their feet? No, I'll probably talk a little bit about yesterday's TTRPG. I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll talk a little bit about whatever I feel like, really. Right now, what's on my mind is the Protomen, but, you know, morning latte in the afternoon, you better believe it. That's probably what it was, Enticing Thorn. That's probably what it was. Yeah. Sorry, Danny. It's John YouTube knew that you were unfaithful. John YouTube knew of your infidelity. They saw you on Twitch, and John Twitch was treating you so right, and they were mad about it. Why is this latte so late? I don't know, dude, because I woke up late, because I stayed up too late, because I was a fool, because I was up for like 36 hours by the time I was done with that Monster of the Week, and it was killing me. Hazardous Mix, thank you for 23 months. Never late to the Yap session. I arrive precisely when I mean to. A wizard is never late, nor early. Bilbo Baggins. He arrives precisely when he means to. So that mean you went EP? I did blink. Yeah, I went and blinked right after that. Dude, my sleep schedule's been cooked. It's been roasted over a fire. Hell yeah, Maven. You hate me, Tex! You disappear because you hate me! Will I hibernate soon? No, I'm Gucci now. I'm chilling. I got my blinks in. I'm good to go. Sorry. Chucko! Thank you for 23 months. 23 months of willingly subjecting myself to this cringe! Unfortunately, I'm kind of into that, though. Tail wag. Thanks for being my favorite freak. I'm here to help, except when I'm here to hurt and psychically damage you, which is a lot of the time. But anyway, thank you for 23 months. So, it was not a cute yawn. It was a very scary yawn. I must say, Twitch emotes are baddies. Me and the cook chair having too many sub emotes for my own good. Let's go. Raven, thank you for 17 months as well. Whoa, level 35 Dark Souls boss since yesterday. It was my birthday. Hey, happy late birthday, gamer, and a 17-month-old corruption beast. Thanks for introducing me to the fan MC server. Fuck yeah. I hope you've been having fun with it. Speaking of, I'm going to be playing Minecraft tomorrow, but that is neither here nor there. Also, Matthew, thank you for the delicious soup. Yum. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I've been thinking about the Protomen a lot lately because I've been listening to album 1 and 2. I listened to 3 as well. I did listen to 3 while I was making myself dinner and then doing the dishes the other day. It's pretty good. I think album 1 is still probably my favorite, even though the audio quality is not exceptional because it was recorded so long ago, but I still like it. And I've been listening to it, man. I just can't get over that. I can't get over that narrative arc for Protoman. Maybe I'll do another listen along. Maybe we'll do like a full marathon, like 3-hour listen along where we listen from album 1 to album 3 or something. Oh, they've been thinking about re-recording Act 1? That'd be pretty cool. Because the vocals are definitely a little drowned out by the instrumental sometimes, and it can be hard to hear it. Do I plan or do I have perms for bettertwitch.tv or 7TV emotes on Twitch? I think I'm allowed to do 7TV, but I'm not 100% certain, if I'm being honest. So stay tuned on that one, Panoplan. Yeah, we could do another listen along, possibly. That could be pretty fun. Can you, Summerzader, enlighten me on Protomen? So the Protomen are a band that do like fan songs for the Mega Man franchise. They're very loosely set in the Mega Man franchise. Really, it's kind of just like rock operas where they tell a story through the songs that they're doing or whatever. But it is technically through the lens of Mega Man. So album 1 is about Mega Man and Protoman. Album 2 is about the origins of Dr. Light and why he made Protoman and Mega Man. And then album 3 is, I don't know yet. I haven't parsed exactly what it's about. I think it's about trying to like find hope in a hopeless city or whatever. Yeah, it's like a rock opera Mega Man fanfic sort of. Yeah. Prince Whimsy, thanks for 7 months. Thanks for jump scaring with my own art yesterday. Yeah, you're welcome. But for real, I had a blast with the campaign. Always astounded by your ability to improv and excited for more. Thanks. I was really flying by the seat of my pants on that one. That was scary, but thank you. Join the stream on Rock Operas. Yay! You thought Mega Man was inspired by the album from the Protomen? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. That's bonkers. Mega Man's like 500 years old, dude. I did know Mega Man was inspired by something music related. So yes and no. Mega Man characters are named after music genres that I assume the creators liked, because Mega Man's name originally was Rockman. And then Proto Man's name was, I don't fucking remember anymore, something Blues Man or something like that, I think. Or no, Blues was the evil dude whose name I don't remember, Sigma or some shit. No, Bass. Yeah, so Proto Man was Blues, Bass was Bass, obviously. Treble was their own character. The dog's name was something or another. No, I'm not kidding, Hikaru. There's a Mega Man villain named Sigma from Mega Man X, I think. Bass was Forte, that's what it was, yeah. The dog is Treble, that's it. Yeah, there you go. And then Roll was, well, Roll. Her name was Roll because Mega Man's name was Rockman, so it's Rock and Roll. Haha. There you go. Inkar says I'm looking him up. He's bald. He looks like a Sigma. I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest. Sigma, the villain, looks like he probably has like a podcast. He looks like he probably runs a podcast about like the grind set mindset and how to be an alpha male. Or sorry, a Sigma male. I've never played the Mega Man X games. I don't know what his like personality is like, or rather, I've never played the ones where he was in them. I played the Nintendo ones, but I have no memory of them because I was a wee baby at the time. I was a wee baby. He looks like evil, every evil corporate head ever. I don't know. Have I seen the old anime? No, I have not, unfortunately. But Nui, thank you for 22 months. I'll have to catch up on yesterday's VOD, eventually, time zones. But I thought I kept hearing my name while I was half asleep, jerking awake every time. You did. You did, actually, because the school is named Saint Benoit, because I rolled you on the axle wheel. So, yes, you were hearing your name. Anyway, thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed the Nui. Speaking of, I don't want to pressure you guys, but I'm just saying there's Nui's available. There's a Crimzon Rulez available if you wanted to get one or whatever. I don't know. Just, you know, if you no, I'm just kidding. But there is a Crimzon Rulez Nui if you are interested in that kind of thing. He will cause you great misfortune and mischief because he is a bad omen. But you're welcome to pick him up. Does the squim dance? I don't know what that means. Do a little squim. Get down tonight. Anyway, thanks for the soup for the squim dance. I guess you had to throw. You like literally slapped 5 on the table and did a little squim, whatever the fuck that means. Maka here. I heard someone describe DMing as being an architect / curator of a museum, and the players are guests taking shovels and digging their way underneath. Most of it popping up like moles to the floor. I think being a DM is more like having multiple personality disorder. No, I think being a DM is just kind of reacting to what other people are saying in the sense of like, well, this is what this character would do. I think everybody who is a DM is susceptible to the annoying power scaling arguments. Does that make sense? So anybody who's ever wanted to be a DM is probably somebody who is unironically engaged in a debate about like whether or not Master Chief could fight Samus. And they have that somewhere lodged in the back of their brain, and they have to actively resist the urge to do that. Anyway, thank you for the soup, by the way. Mayhem says, brain freeze. That's what I get for drinking a mango slushy while watching a Crimzon Rulez stream. Yeah, because you got to drink it so fast to tolerate my bullshit. You're welcome. If you get two Ruiz, does the bad karma cancel each other out? Absolutely not. In fact, it quadruples. It doesn't just double, it quadruples. It is an exponential increase. The more Crimzon Rulez you have, the worse it gets. However, you can get multiple and hide them in your enemies' houses so that you give them bad vibes. There's like a bad aura that will possess the building nearby. What's better, being a player or a DM? It completely depends on who you are as a person. For me, being a DM, I'm gonna be so honest, I often get bored being a player. I try not to, but I often get bored being a player. I need all the numbers like in front of me all the time. I need to crunch a bunch of stuff. I need to run a bunch of enemies. I need to like be playing different characters. I think I'm just the type of person who likes playing quick, shallow versions of characters, unless I like really latch onto them. But I get the best of both worlds as a DM, where I can play all these quick, shallow, one-off characters that are just there to like throw a one-liner or be goofy for a bit and then move on. But I can also like dive into a character and their like experiences or their personality, or like have them be recurring if I like them or if the players like them. So that's nice. I get both, where if you're a player, you really only get to be your character, which is fine, except often I find your ability to tell a story with your character is limited by what the DM is willing to allow you to do and what your fellow players are willing to engage with. So, yeah. Azure Nui, don't you dare. Well, I guess you could make your own Azure Nui. You could technically do that. How yeetable is a little Rui? Dude, I have no idea. I haven't held a Nui once in my life. I don't know. They haven't sent me one. I wish they had. I wish I knew. I want to know. If at least 2 Nuis are acquired, but then separated on their lonesome in isolation, will the misfortune increase be avoided? Question mark. Yes, but you will still have double bad luck auras somewhere, right? It's not increased, but now there's more like radius. Also, thank you for 22 months. What the hell? What kind of name is that's not your name? Jin Lear. All right, whatever. Anyway. No, I'm an ad again. Bruce, do something. I'm dying of cringe when I made this name at age 12. Just call me Nathaniel, please. Or I could say, wow, Jin. No, I'm just kidding. Wow, Nathaniel, thank you for 23 months. That is the way it goes, Nitro Rugrat. You got to deal with the fact that a lot of times people are there to play a game, not write a story. And that's fine. That's a totally legitimate way to play tabletop. In fact, I would argue that is the way 98% of people are playing tabletop games. And the way they want to engage, then that's fine. They want to have beer and chips. They want to make dick jokes and one-liners and drop their Marvel badass like power fantasy. And then they want to move on and chill. And that's fine. I don't think many people really want to get like into the critical role, like big storytelling thing. And for my part, I also get kind of bored doing that constantly. I also like my one-liners and my little zingers and my jokes. But I want a little bit of both. So that's why I DM. Because I can set the tone. Melty, thank you for 23 months. Crusaders can finally at the Ruze. True. Thanks for 23 months. Can. Wow, that's a whole year being a Jackaxe already? That's crazy. Wait, no. If I get 8 Nuis, is that 8 times the bad luck? It sure is. Yeah. However, you can make 8 little Ruzebo outfits for them, so that's kind of cool. Why do you make such a realistic donkey noise? That wasn't a donkey noise. A donkey noise is like a oh type of deal or whatever. Thanks, Capper. Thank you. A Wookiee. I think that's different too. Isn't that the thing from Star Wars or whatever that goes like something like that? Well, thank you, Melty. I do my best. I always worry that sometimes I might yap too much or I focus too much on... The thing is, I'm always assuming that the players themselves are wanting to be as immersed as possible, but I'm also assuming that they themselves aren't too descriptive because I played with almost all new players. Like, almost every time I run a TTRPG session, I'm playing with people who are brand new to role-playing. And at this point, I would say I'm at least, like, mid-familiar with roleplay, so I have an okay idea of what I'm doing, and I'm comfortable doing like lots of descriptive terms and phrases and stuff. So often I feel like I overcompensate and I just go ahead and describe things for them. When a more experienced player or a player who wants to really dig their hands into it would probably want to do that themselves. They would want to be the person who was like describing what their attacks look like or what the monster reacts like when they get hit and stuff like that. And this is also true sometimes in D&D. However, I find that I would rather overcompensate and do that for them if they don't want to and make sure they're immersed and just like pull back if they start doing it for me. But I am still scared sometimes that I'm overdoing it and I'm not giving them a chance to like do their own descriptive like role play and conversation. So I'm glad you guys enjoy that. Ghost Cat, thanks for 7 months. Are you going to be having anniversary merch? No. I want to know whether I should get the Nui now or wait to order both. No, I will not be having anniversary merch. I may, if I'm lucky, put out merch by December, late December, maybe, but no. It depends on how annoyed I get with how things are going. Falcona, no, I will not buy 8 Ruze to turn them into Rizbo. No, I will resist. You cannot make me. Unless Christmas merch. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, it's not Christmas merch either. I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to talk about, but also I don't give a shit. It was supposed to be birthday merch. I did not like what was being done. I was not happy. There was a lot of back and forth and canceled projects and a lot of me arguing about the quality of what was being put out. And if it does come out, it's technically birthday merch. It's just very late if it comes out. So there's your honest answer. So now Tayo says, hi Ruze, this week I just learned how to play D&D and I realized I can use to write fanfiction. I'll be using this newfound power irresponsibly, as you should. You can also play Mappa Imperium, and that's pretty cool, to write up whole world lores, and that's fun. Would recommend, it's free, go download Mappa Imperium. Why is a Fugi popping up now? In what world? Why? Because I have Discord open? I'm not in a call. I'm not in the stars chant. Am I? No, I'm not. Does Monster of the Week have an actual combat, like initiative order thing, or is it like it was last night, kind of player's turn versus monster turn? So there's no combat order as far as I understand it. It's kind of just like the players are allowed to do their thing, and then the monster's allowed to do their thing. It's very narrative focused of like whatever seems to suit the narrative. Me personally, I like making sure the monster has a turn after all the players have done whatever they're doing, but that also just kind of depends. Oh, maybe I'm haunted. Who knows? Give me a sec. I'm trying to grab the Nui link for you guys so I can pin it. Yeah, Nui's for everyone. Unless no, I'm just kidding. Can you stop typing? Every time I click, you guys type too much, and I keep missing the pin. Okay, now you can type. I believe the issue is on your end. Sorry! I've been listening to a lot of YouTube shorts where they keep doing the every day that I whip, where's the Lord? And it's almost all like YouTube shorts of Arc Raiders clips. I've been playing a little bit of Arc Raiders off stream, as you may imagine. Actually, just before I did this stream, I was like, oh, I'll squeeze in a game of Arc Raiders. And I did. And I met a player who I was super... super friendly with, which is great because I almost like gunned them down so they didn't notice me at first. And I was like, yeah, I'm chill. I'm just looking for a quest. And we got to talking or whatever. And they're like, did you know they're making factions and arc raiders? I was like, whoa, they're making factions and arc raiders? They're like, yeah, there's this VTuber. Do you know what a VTuber is? I was like, yeah, I know what a VTuber is. And they're like, his name's like Burnt Peanut, and he's making like these factions, and a bunch of people are joining up. I was like, oh yeah, you think he needs another VTuber? He's like, hey, are you a VTuber? I was like, sort of. He's like, what, really? What's your name? I was like, have you heard of HOLOSTARS? He's like, no, I'll have to look that up. I was like, yeah, look up, Altair. I did not lie to him, but I could have. I almost lied to him, but I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I'm Crimzon Rulez. He's like, oh, okay, cool, I'll look you up. I was like, yeah, good luck, buddy. Have fun with that. But we got out together. It was pretty cool. He helped me find my quest I was doing. I wanted to lie so bad. I wanted to be like, yeah, look up Regis Altair so bad, but I was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm pretty sure it was like probably a kid. So I was like, that would just be so mean. You know what a VTuber is? Yeah, I know what that is. Not Regis Altair. Listen, I didn't do it. I wanted to, but I did the right thing. Anyway, they were very nice. I'm glad they showed me where the quest was. Thank you, whoever you were. Strange raider. You're a hero. You crushed it as a DM, dude. As someone who prefers to be a player, I find good DMing fascinating and admirable, to be honest. Take that as a comment, if you will. I will take that as a comment. Thank you, Mint. Thank you. Oh no. What happened? What happened? Hello? Hello? Damn. Okay. I'll fix that. Ah! Hello? Okay. There we go. Nice. Mint, thank you for the soup, by the way. Anyway, as I was saying, I've been playing a lot of arc raiders off stream, and by a lot, I mean, you know, I'm able to squeeze in 1 or 2 games every 2 or 3 days if I'm pushing it. Though the other day I did play for 2 hours straight, so that was pretty cool, which feels weird. I live this strange juxtaposed life where I'm like, an 11-hour stream, that's nothing. I was only streaming for 11 hours, and that's usually playing a game and talking at the same time. But then if I play a video game when I'm not streaming, if I play for like an hour or 2, I'm like, whoa, dude, I'm really being irresponsible right now. I better be careful. I should get back to work. I should go work on stream stuff. I could stream Arc Raiders, you're right. Bluebell, get on Arc Raider. I say as I'm raiding right now, I'm so jealous, dude. I'm so jealous, dude. I've been talking to Octavio lately, and he's been like, you need to pull back on like work hours, dude. It's unhealthy. Because I'm like always talking about it, or always thinking about it, or always like working around or walking around and like debating about like what I'm gonna do next for stream. Or if I'm not doing that, I'm like, I don't know. I've been working on the thank yous for, I'm already late, by the way, like I'm 3 weeks behind on thank yous, but I'm working on my thank yous lately, and it's a fun little project, but it's eating up a little bit of my time or whatever. Spoilers, it's physical media thank yous this time. You're welcome. Anyway, I've been working too much, and Octavio's like, dude, you gotta take a break for your mental health. I was like, I don't really do that. It's like, why don't you just give yourself actual work hours, like hours that you dedicate to streaming or thinking about streaming, and then after you're done with that, just live your life. I'm like, yeah, I guess 2 years of like, all I do is live and breathe the government and what it is I'm gonna be doing next is probably not good for my mental. But on the other hand, I feel like I need all that time to do what I'm doing all the time. I'm always doing something. I'm like, always doing something. I told him I might cut it down to like 8 hours, but not counting streaming. He's like, no, you have to count the streams. I'm like, but what if I do the streams and then I work for 8 hours afterwards? The problem with counting streams is I usually stream for like 6 hours minimum. Then I only get 2 hours to work on shit. That's just, there's no way. There's no way. I don't know how I doubt he's holding himself to that same standard. There's like no way. Yeah. Yeah, but passing out on stream, I'll do it. That's stream content right there, baby. Come, get ready with me for my nap stream. Parallel work streams? Maybe. Num 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 num. Oh, hell yeah, enticing. Nice. Num 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 num. ASMR sleeping stream? Oh yeah, it's gonna be real ASMR when I'm just laying there going, which is the exact real noise I make while sleeping. Pollux told me. Nah, I'm just kidding. I keep talking about how I got to do. I've been talking for over a year about how I've got to do a parallel work stream and how I want to do like a 12-hour Songs of Six stream, but I don't have perms for Songs of Six, so we'll see. Or like a full silent stream where all I do is like play some sort of colony sim and I just don't talk to you guys. Evil. Do you talk in your sleep? I don't think so. I mean, Pollux and Arcturus have never said I do, so You know, I do want to dig more into RimWorld. I played a little bit of it off stream a while ago, and it was my first time playing it. I know I'm like a decade late to RimWorld or whatever, but it's pretty fun. It seems pretty interesting. I'm definitely more of a Dwarf Fortress guy, but I'm also not like super deep into that. I tend to play Colony Sims in a very shallow way, where I play through, you know, the opening segments that you'd probably get through in like your first 20 hours, which sounds like a lot, but that's really not a lot in a Colony Sim. Hellion, thank you for 23 months. I think a lot of people would be very happy to have parallel work stream. Listen to you type and mutter. I might do that. I might do that soon. Is there a stream where he just laughs? There's a YouTube video you can watch that's, I think, like 2 hours of silence broken up by me occasionally laughing at you or something like that. That could work, True Strike. That's possible. That's possible. Anyway, I'll try to get a parallel work stream going. But anyway. Don't you worry about it. Hold on. I got an idea. I want to put a little guy. I'm gonna grab a little guy. Nope. A Rui. Boop. Boop. There he is, brother. The real deal, the Crimzon Rulez. It's just a little guy, dude. He's just a little fella. Don't talk to me or my son ever again. Do it, hibernate. But yeah, what I was saying is I want to do a stream at some point where I play a colony sim or something I can really sink my teeth into. There's like, I've realized I break the games I like into categories, and there's like competitive games. Those are all in the same category to me, so it doesn't matter if it's like doing PvP in Elden Ring or doing like Valorant or Hunt Showdown or I don't know, like platform fighters or 2XKO. Those all fall into competitive games. And then there's story-driven RPGs, which I find I like engaging with the most on my own, which is a bit of a shame because I know that people want those as content, but I feel like it's too much of a commitment to make a like content stream. And then there's the games that I call dad games or whatever, or nerd games, whichever one you want to call it. I don't care. I find that the people I watch playing those games are like always 35, 40-year-old mans or whatever. Mans? I mean men. 35 to 45-year-old men for some reason. So people like, I watch like Nucrium and Krug Smash and shit like that. And those games are almost always menus, numbers, and like keeping track of stats. So things like Civilization, Age of Wonders 4, Total War Warhammer 2, RimWorld, Dwarf Fortress, Songs of Six. All of those games I call either dad games or nerd games. And I'm like, those types of games are fun. They make terrible stream content for me. Not for everybody. Some people are really good at streaming those. It just, for me, it's not great because it turns into a tutorial simulator because all I want to think about is the numbers. I don't want to be funny. I don't want to be interactive. I don't want to read anything anybody's saying. I want to read my numbers and crunch numbers in my head. That's what I like doing. How was your first foray into horror TTRPGs? Says Parateku. It was good. Horror doesn't bother me as a fundamental concept. Like, as a concept, horror has never bothered me. It's just not something that makes me scared. Like, reading horror books or thinking about horrifying situations does not bother me because fantasy often overlaps with horror, and I've consumed a lot of fantasy. It's horror media that often fucks with me. So games and movies, especially movies, horror movies. Well, yeah, Metroidvanias and roguelikes fall into a category that I'm quickly coming to define. Thank you for the soup, by the way, Pero. I'm quickly coming to define Metroidvanias, roguelikes, and any sort of game that is sort of like fast and loose and like tends to have like a sort of matchmaking structure where you just go in, play a quick round, and then stop. I call those very gamified games. And I even consider something like Pokemon to be in there, where it's like between gamified and between a dad game, where it's like it's a lot of numbers and memorization and like menus and stats, but it's also very easy to pick up and put down. And I do like my gamified games. I like my very video gamey games. I've been playing a little Pokemon off stream as well. Sarah says, playing your 2-hour silence broken by laughter video and then lo-fi had been the most terrifying thing I've ever done. Chill music and then maniacal laughter. You're welcome. I hope you've been doing it for 23 straight months. Thank you. How could a game be gamified? It's a game. Well, I've been thinking a lot about video games lately, obviously, because it's been my lifelong hobby. It's what I've been participating in the most. I would say that before anything else, I am somebody who likes games and game systems, which is probably why I figured them out so quickly. I think I understand on like a fundamental level, and I don't mean this to be like an arrogant prick, but I'm saying I understand on a fundamental level the language of video games, and often just game design. Like, whatever the fucking devs are trying to communicate to me, it usually comes across pretty easily. So if, you know, it's like, oh, well, the lighting in this room is very clearly driving me towards this entrance over there, so that's where the next objective is, so I'll ignore that and go dig around for secrets kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a passive language of video games type of deal. So if you play enough games, you kind of pick up on this universal shared language that almost all video games like have, but I'm finding in modern gaming, games are becoming less and less and less gamified. They are not about having fun. They are not about like immersing yourself in the world or engaging with the game as a structure. They're more frequently becoming some sort of second job or obligation. You got to log in for your dailies. You got to make sure you pop in and do the event. You got to get the battle pass. You got to make sure that you're doing all this other stuff, which is gamified, but it's gamified in the same way a casino is gamified. In the same way, like, going to school daily is gamified. It's not like picking up, I don't know, a Game Boy Advance and being like, I'm going to play 2 hours of Mega Man Battle Network now and beat the boss I'm waiting to beat, and then you put it down, right? To be fair, WoW's decades old, and that was its thing, but it wasn't its thing. It was its thing only if you chose for it to be its thing. WoW, at its core, was a game about immersing yourself in a world and going on a journey. If you wanted to be part of a raid group and make it a job, then that was the thing. Now WoW is all about logging in daily and doing your dailies and all that junk. But, you know, whatever. And I'm not saying I hate that. I'm not saying I dislike that. I like games sometimes that force me to re-engage with it. So things like, I mean, I'm playing Arc Raiders, and that's got a battle pass, essentially. That's not a real battle pass, as in, like, it's not, like, demanding your time, but there's an event going on right now that does have a time limit, and I want to get the final piece of outfit or whatever that comes out of that event. So, yeah, I'm engaging with it. I'm actively part of that problem. I think that games as a whole have kind of lost the sauce, though, and that every game seems to want to do that. In some cases, even single-player games are doing that now. And I'm like, dude, I just want to play the game to play the game. I would really just like to just play this game and not worry about it, dude. What was the first game you ever played? Probably Sonic 2 on the Sega Genesis. My uncle had it, I think. I'm too young to remember it, but I'm told I used to play the Sega Genesis at my uncle's house. Flapjack Jackson says the Fortnite Battle Pass and its consequences. Well, it's not Fortnite that did this. There's no one game that's responsible. Obviously, the real problem is and always has been shareholders. Like, it's people trying to make sure they get their return on investment, so they demand that every game developer puts in some sort of like infinite scaling, infinite money generating system that makes you have to come back and keep paying money. And I get that. The problem with games is that you need somebody to fund your game, and then those people demand a return on investment. So that's the problem with video games. Yeah, it's always money. It always goes back down to money, brother. I'm not going to go on another anti-capitalism rant. I do that enough. I'm, in fact, going to enjoy my latte that capitalism afforded me. Yeah, there's a lot we could talk about with that, but I don't want to get into like the dour topic of where games are at right now, because games are also in many ways better than they've ever been. There's a lot of concerning trends in games right now that I'm not super fond of, and things that I kind of roll my eyes at or give big heavy sighs to, but this is neither the place nor the platform to talk about that, and I doubt my corporate overlords would be very happy if I shat on every game that's coming out, because there's a lot of games I'm excited about, and a lot of games I'm very happy to be partaking in, and things I hope turn out really good. I actually recently, for me, one of the big gaming news things is that Hytale got purchased by the original Hypixel guy who ran that server or whatever, and that's cool. I'm a little nervous about the language around it right now, but I hope it turns out great because I have high hopes for it. I want it to be good, just like I want Windblown to be good. Or not Windblown, wait, that might be what it is called. I can't remember. Yeah, games are what keep me gaming. Now, there's been I'll be honest with you, not to get dour with it, and I'll be careful about this, about how I want to word this, and I'm not going to stick on this topic for super long. I have been having little moments of despair to myself about the direction that gaming is going, because it is still my main hobby. But there is the temptation to just be an old man and retreat into my shell and be like, you know what, I think I'm just going to play retro games, and I think I'm done partaking in the modern world of video gaming. But I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to, modern devs who put a ton of work into their stuff and a lot of heart and passion and love, and it's clear how much they care about their games. And sometimes even within the AAA market, this can happen. Things slide through the cracks, and like a team really cares about what they're working on. So let's say like Baldur's Gate 3 is a great example of this, right? Like Larian clearly was in love with the franchise and probably grew up playing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. And they had already like cut their chops on their own games through things like, Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2. And that was a love letter to that franchise. And it could very easily have been way, way, way worse and way, way, way more about money. That is an incredible achievement in gaming. And while Larian themselves are not a AAA studio or whatever, that was a AAA franchise they were handed. And they did a great job. What a massive shart! Wait a minute, Shadowheart? Is that you? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Grounded is one of those games that I feel like snuck by. That's really cool, and it's clear the devs give a shit. There's just a lot of stuff in there that people really care about, and there's really, really good things in there. And then there's like, I don't know, the 587th like wannabe MMO that has like a bajillion microtransactions and a bajillion like you log in and you have to click through 57 menus because you got to get all your little collections for your daily stuff, and then you got to do your daily grind, and then you got to play their gacha simulator, and then you got to like there's a lot of problems with modern gaming, and the least of which being the way it's monetized, and now with the rise of AI, and again, before anybody like immediately freaks out and stop typing, this is not a space where I'm like bitching about AI as a concept. I know that's a buzzword right now. I'm not saying AI is bad for games. AI has existed in games for a long time, and if you can convincingly make a clever AI that can challenge me the same way a person can, I'm interested. However, I will say the rise of AI in the form of art, voice acting, music, those kinds of things is inherently bad and inherently self-consuming. Is an Ouroboros that cannot be put down once it starts up. And that is becoming all too common in games and too apologized for, too normalized, and I'm kind of tired of it. I'm already rolling my eyes every time a game comes out and they're like, oh, well, we've got AI, whatever they've got going on. I mean, even Arc Raiders, to be fair, is using AI voices. Now, it is in the same context that, like, Siri does, but it's a dangerous game, brother. Am I interested in Total Chaos? It seems pretty cool, but very scary, so I don't know. We'll see, Fear or a Gun. I don't know. I just saw it today. I'm a little scared of that. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, AI as a concept is fine. It's generative AI that I think is a problem to me. I think that, unfortunately, it's a nuanced conversation. It's really hard to have that conversation from a streaming platform, and I don't think it's my place to really... All I can do is state my own thoughts on it, and I need to be careful with what I say anyway, because obviously I'm representative of a corporation, and their thoughts are not my own. And my thoughts are not theirs, so there you go. However, I am still a mouthpiece for them, whether I want it or not. So that is what it is. But I'll stand on that business. Fuck generative AI. Sorry, guys. Are you interested in playing the new Peak biome? Yeah. I think I'd want to. That sounds fun. I'll stand on that business, and if I get a bonk from that corporate overlord, so be it. But AI as a concept, as a tool, when used correctly and not used to steal shit, great. I have heard of that, Axel's Newt Newt. I have not played it, and that's mostly because I don't have time to partake in a long-form RPG right now. It seems really cool, though, and really interesting. I agree, Maya. I think I'll be all right. Probably. We'll see. Never assume a corporation is going to keep that same stance if the tides change, but I'll always keep that stance, and I won't be muzzled on that one. No, wait, Hotch! No, I don't! Please! Ah, shit. I fucked up. Wait till that one gets clipped out of context. He wants to fuck AI. Num num num. All right. Anyway, that topic is invariably going to become a bummer, but as games move more and more towards that trend, I am becoming less and less invested in gaming as a concept, and I will probably only participate more and more with indie studios that do their own work. So, oops. Thinking about doing more WoW. The anniversary event is on, and that's the only time to get the upscale Judgment armor set. You know, I've always wanted the Judgment armor set. As somebody who's main when I used to play WoW as a paladin, I've always thought that looked super fucking cool, but I just don't know if I have the time to grind it out. I might try. We'll see. We'll see. That's rough, Poulette. Sorry to hear that. Dude, Judgment's such a cool set. There's so many good underappreciated indie titles. There really are. There really are. I've been getting really into survival games again recently. Like I mean, I've already said this, but I've been wanting to go back to something like Valheim, and I really want to play Enshrouded. I hear the building in that is really good. I have a couple of people have recommended it to me for like really cool art. Like if you like the building in survival games and making cool like you know architecture and shit, I hear that one's pretty solid. The updated set takes very little effort to get, to be honest. Oh, interesting. Did you ever finish terraforming the Planet Crafter? I got very close, and then I kind of took a break, and I haven't gone back to it, so oops. Maybe some Minecraft? I don't heard, what is that? I've never heard of that. Minecraft? Is that new? Maybe. I'll look into it. I'll Google it. It just came out. Oh, okay. Am I ready for a collab in 55 minutes? No. Yeah, I'm ready. Though I think one of our members may have, let me double check. I think I just got a message saying that somebody might have to dwop. No! Oh, I'm playing Minecraft on a strange laptop with pre-existing worlds. I fear no, what is it, Herobrine? I fear no god, no king. It's okay, the person who dropped out, I did inform them that they hate me, and they wish I was dead. So hopefully that guilts them into dropping back in. No, oh my god, you're Herobrine? No way, dude. I love your work on pickles. That was really cool. That's a good invention. Love that. Nailed it. Tell them they hate the Ruzeters too. I'm on it. There was something else I wanted to talk about today, and I forgot what it was. Hold on. I'm thinking. Oh, I've been thinking about Pokemon lately, because I've been playing Pokemon off stream. I've been thinking about Pokemon types, and what kind of new types I would want to see in Pokemon. Obviously, there's the popular ones, like a sound type, or like, I don't know, actually, that might be the only popular one. Time type, space type, etc. Nuclear, blah, 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 blah. I think a fun one would be food type. That could be kind of funny. Of course, that fairy already kind of covers that. But it would be funny to have a food type. You're welcome, Incarter. Crab type? Oh, crab type would go hard. That already exists in some sort of like ROM hack or something, I'm sure. There is, in fact, always a Pikachu clone in every new generation, and lately there's always been a regional Meowth, which I think is a really cool way to keep Meowth like kind of relevant. I think that's fun, and I hope they keep doing that. Wait, did they put a regional Meowth in Scarlet Violet? Maybe they didn't. Uh-oh. Oh no. They might not have done that. No! Gravity type? Maybe, I don't know. Food type, so they're edible? Yeah, there's already a bunch of edible Pokemon. Why not? Come on. Come on. Yeah, you could take like Vanillite and make a food type. That weird little dough dog or whatever, Fido. Honestly, a lot of fairy types would just immediately convert to food type, which would like gut the fairy type in half, because half of the fairy types are food for some reason. Everything goes back to crab. Technology type? I don't really want a bunch of robots in Pokemon, though. I tend to, like, shy away from the robot designs. Things like, Genesect and Porygon and stuff. It's okay, but... Every fish Pokemon? True. What would food type be strong against? Food type would be weak to normal type and bug type, and strong against... I don't know, dude. Food type beats dragon type. Food beats poison? I don't think food beats poison. Actually, I think poison would be super effective against food type. Poison, bug, and normal should be super effective against food type. Food type should be super effective against... yeah, fighting would be funny. Dragon and ghost. And I know Ghost already has enough weaknesses, but it would just be funny because Ghost can't eat. Oh, water. Yeah, water does need another weakness. You're right. Food type being effective against water could work because you could be like, oh, well, it's like bait. It's like bait on a fishing line. They're weak to it because they're easily lured by it. So I guess you could argue food type super effective against water. Yeah, water and fighting. And dragon. Would food type all be parasites, though, considering that's how in IRL food-looking creatures are usually parasitic kind? That'd be funny. I'd be down for that. At least a few of them. Buy 2 weakness to fire? No, fire's already too good against everything else. Food, no, fire's a good enough type already, all right? The fire's interaction with fairy has made it very good. Fire's already, like, a really commonly used offensive type in competitive play. It's fine. No more fire type advantages. They're done. Num num num. Tasty. Plastic type? Well, it's already rock and steel. I don't know if we need another, like, solid matter type Pokemon, really. Fire is done, as the trainer pulls out the garden hose. Air type is already kind of covered by flying type, so you'd have to, like, gut flying moves to put in an air type, so I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. I do wish there was more Pokemon that counted as flying type that weren't specifically birds. Like, more Pokemon that just had a lot to do with wind. Evolution of food type is just mold. Yeah, grass food type, mold. Boom. Also, thank you for the soup, Jojo. Stabby type! That's funny. Oh, flying crab. Listen, I want a few more here's my wish list of Pokemon that aren't types, but I want more of. I want more octopus, or cephalopods in general. I want more spiders. I want more crabs, and I want more dogs. I want to be able to have a full team of dogs, a full team of crabs, a full team of spiders, and a full team of, like, octopus-type Pokemon. Cephalopod gang, rise up. You know, it's funny, I was asking myself the other day, I'm like, I know what types I tend to like. And, like, obviously, if I was a gym leader, I would run a bug-type gym. But if I wasn't running bug, I'd probably run poison. If I wasn't running poison, I'd probably run grass. Sure, I know my top 3. I got it. However, I have always wondered what would be a type that I typically don't use or care about that I would still want to run as a gym. Like, what is my middle-of-the-ground type? Like, not my least favorite type, right? Not the type I dislike, but a type that I just don't think about that much. And I think for me, I have this passive interest in water, probably because I'm afraid of deep water and giant creatures in deep water. So I think I would probably run a water gym. Actually, it would be funny. If I had to pick a type that I'm just passively don't think about very often, that I still have a surprising amount of Pokemon I like. And, like, I love Tentacruel, I think is really cool. I like Sharpedo. I think that obviously Gliscod's really cool, but it's a bug. I don't know, there's just a lot of interesting water types. Oh, I really like Electros is really sick. Fucking love Electros. Well, yeah, poison, duh. If I'm not running I think my type lineup is bug, poison, grass are my favorites in order. But that's too easy. I'm just wondering if I wasn't running any of those 3, what would I run? Electros isn't water. It's not water electric. Is it just electric? Oh, that's so sad. You might be right, though. You might be right. It is from the water. It might just be electric. Oh, an anglerfish Pokemon would be crazy. Oh, Lantern's really cool, even if it's bad. Still love it. That'd be interesting, Felix. Maybe like a mental type or something. I guess Psychic's kind of that. What type would you give a new evolution to? None. I don't like the evolutions. I despise the Eevee line the same way I despise Pikachu. But if I had to pick, I don't know, ground probably I think would look cute. What type would I remove from the evolutions? Huh. Vaporeon to piss people off. Hey! That'd be really cool, Alzaya. Zayu. Wow. Alza. Good thing I'm not no skin on the Pokemon franchise, otherwise I would have felt something there. What's your favorite franchise? I'm sure I have a hot take that'll piss you off. Yeah, Flareon's safe because Flareon is objectively the worst evolution. It's fine because it's completely useless as a Pokemon, so it can stay where it is. I'm gonna be so for real with you though. My evolution hate aside, Vaporeon likers are God's strongest soldiers, and I'm sorry if you're somebody who really loves Vaporeon. That sucks. People who like Vaporeon, Lopunny, Gardevoir, any of those Pokemon that are constantly like the topic of annoying conversation, which yes, I'm sure sometimes it's funny, but a lot of times it's just annoying discourse. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. You're God's strongest soldiers. I'm proud of you. No, that's what I'm saying, Ranthop. Not the Gooners. The ones who just like them as Pokemon. Also, Leafeon could stay. Leafeon has a banger design. I'm okay with Leafeon. The rest of the evolutions can go. I'm sorry, Mayhem Magician. I'm so sorry. Jolteon, my edgy teen. Yeah, Jolteon's goofy. I actually think Jolteon's design is okay, but it definitely subscribes to that Gen 1 Pokemon, like, electric type of, like, it's spiky because it's electric. How will they know to do this app if no spikes? I don't know, dude. Communicate in a different way. Umbreon's okay. I used to like Umbreon. And then I had a roommate and the dude was obsessed with Umbreon and oof, he made me despise Umbreon. Killian, thank you for 13 months. VOD gang, salute. Hi, Ruze. I got a new job and 3 months in, I've been kind of struggling. Can I get some wise or wily words of encouragement? Remember that the first few months of any job is going to be the hardest as you kind of acclimate to it. And as you get further and further in, just, you know, make sure you put a focus into like learning what you're doing and leveling out. It won't be that hard. It's not that hard forever. You'll hit a rhythm. Good luck. Dude, that's what I really like about Nuzlocke, though, is it makes me fall in love with Pokemon I never would have thought about or given a shit about. Like, I don't know, even Pokemon I've kind of passively thought were kind of cool, right? Like, the only Nuzlocke I've ever won, I think my team was like a, and it's been a while since I played this. It was, I ended up getting a Registeel on my legendary roll. I got a Weezing, an Omastar. I found a Garchomp, which was cool, but ended up not being used very often, which was weird. I believe it was an Espeon and Snorlax. And I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck about most of those Pokemon, but boy, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I've only ever finished one Nuzlocke, believe it or not. But man, I have a deep, abiding love for Weezing now. And I've always thought Weezing was okay, but not like one of my favorites. But I've got a deep, abiding love for Weezing now. Also because I, for the little bit that I was playing that Pokemon card game, Pokemon Pocket or whatever on the phone that was really popular a while ago, I did a Weezing swap poison strat constantly with Arbok Trap, and it was just so fun. It was so fun. And in the newest Pokemon games, yeah, I've been using an Arbok on my team a lot. And I've always liked Arbok, but now I'm loving Arbok. I'm like, he's so cool, dude. What do I think about Galarian Weezing? He's goofy, and I don't subscribe to the top hats and monocools thing too often, so it's not really my thing. He's all right, though. I don't hate him. It's just, he's all right. So you were the OG Team Rocket. I would have been. Hell yeah, dude. I love poison types. Ever loved a Pokemon and something happens and now you hate him? Probably Charmander was my first favorite Pokemon, and then he was represented in every piece of media ever forever, and I just got really tired of seeing him. So I'm kind of there with Charizard and Pikachu and Eevee at the moment. I'm getting there with Mimikyu too, actually. I still like Charizard. He's okay. Where is the Mimikyu rep? Show it to me. Are you being deadass? Real talk? Everywhere. Yeah, the Nui follows the Zoom. He loves to follow the Zoom. Dude, the Moslax design looks so cute. I hope that's a regional and they put it in a game. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to take any of the designs from that sort of Animal Crossing. Like, I really genuinely do not think they have any plans to put those in any of the mainline games. But if they did, I would be super excited. No problem, Findeer. I do indeed have a mug. I never watched the Sun and Moon anime. I heard it was really well animated. I should look at that at some point, but Pokemon is still very much written for children, so I struggle to engage with it in any meaningful level, which is frustrating, but whatever. I'm drinking a mocha latte right now. Technically, it's not even mocha, it's just Hershey's syrup, because I was lazy, and I just put that in there and mixed that in with some quick instant coffee and steamed milk. Bro, a rice bowl would go hard. Actually, I didn't have a rice bowl, but today for lunch I made myself, I had this like garlic shrimp or whatever that I got from the store. It was already pre-cooked. So I just boiled some noodles in a little bit of olive oil and water, obviously, with a little salt. And I put that in a pan along with the shrimp. And then I crushed some garlic cloves and put that in there. And then I squeezed a bunch of lime on it. And then I threw some chicken Parmesan on there, like flaked Parmesan, not like the powder, but flaked Parmesan, so it would melt up real nice. It kind of fucked. It was kind of banging. Obviously a little salt and pepper. It was a pretty light meal, but it was tasty. Also, it had like just a little chewiness to the noodles because I put them in the pan with the shrimp, so they hardened up a bit after I'd softened them. You know, it was pretty tasty. Jelly-filled donut. I love jelly-filled donuts. Look, Ash, I'm gonna turn my trusty frying pan into a drying pan. You telling me a shrimp fried those noodles? No, it was me, dude. It was me. Well, Hellion, what I mean by that is, when I say a light meal, I mean it was easy to cook because I didn't have to like do anything with the shrimp, really. It was already pre-cooked, so it's kind of just like you throw a shrimp in a pan, you boil some noodles, you throw the noodles in the pan, you squeeze some fucking lime on there and throw fucking mozzarella, or not mozzarella, I'm sorry, Parmesan on there. Boom. Shrimp is bugs? Agreed. 100% agreed. I agree. Shrimp is water bug. Shrimp is water bug. I feel like, as somebody who really likes Crawdaunt, I think Crawdaunt should be bug water. Or bug dark. You know what would be pretty interesting, actually, and they're never going to do this because it would turn the entire competitive scene over on its head. If for Gen 10 they added third typings. That would be so nightmarish, though, because you'd get some really bonkers, stupid shit, like, I don't know, fucking Ghost Normal Fairy or something dumb. But, man, that would be goofy. I think technically bugs are shrimps. Actually, wrong. Oh, people would be so pissed off if they added a third type. I agree, Super Runebell. I think there's a lot of old Pokemon that just don't hold up to the power creep and probably need redone stats, but That's all right. They find niche ways to make. I think one thing I really like about Pokemon that is unique to it amongst RPGs is that it's been around for so long that they can make these glacial shifts and tune a lot of different knobs because they have so many levers to turn in the system that you can make really bad Pokemon that otherwise would never see the light of day suddenly be pretty good. I mean, like, look no further than Murkrow recently, right? Because there was a restricted format in the most recent competitive Pokemon. For a while, Murkrow was your best bet for setting Tailwind, meaning that a Pokemon from Gen 2, which is objectively considered one of the worst statted gens ever, period, and not even its fully evolved form, was the best way to get down speed control in a competitive sense, which is crazy. That's cool as hell, dude. Because, prankster, because he had an ability that's good. So sometimes you don't need to restat a Pokemon, you just need to give him an ability that doesn't suck ass. I really hope one day they either give a third evolution to Parasect or give it a regional form with a really cool ability that makes it not suck ass, because I love Paras a lot. But I also kind of like that Paras is a bad Pokemon. I think bad Pokemon is kind of okay. I think having Pokemon that are objectively not that good is not a bad thing. Is Murkrow the only prankster in that gen? I think Murkrow was one of the only pranksters who was not fully evolved, so he could hold an Eviolite and also got access to Tailwind. I'm not certain, but I think he was one of the only ones. Yeah, but I'm smarter than the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian's wrong, so. I agree, Dusk. I think it's really cool when bad or mid Pokemon get to shine in some of the side games. But I also like when they shine in the mainline games just by giving them a weird ability or a good move set, or if a new move comes out that they port backwards onto an older Pokemon that could use it. Just a lot of fun. Brutality, thank you for 23 months. Yeah, Sildra, that's also good. What about the Luchador Tiger? I predict they are either going to heavily nerf Incineroar in the next gen of Pokemon, or they're going to put out something that is just like undeniably better. But honestly, I think the core issue isn't Incineroar. It's that Incineroar has really good stats, a really good typing, and access to Fake Out and the ability to quickly get in and out of combat using Intimidate. So they're either going to create a direct counter to Fake Out, which there's already a couple of, or they're going to find a direct counter to Intimidate. And my suspicion is they're going to pick a direct counter to Intimidate, because it's always been a bit of a problem in competitive. It's not like the world's worst issue, but it has always been kind of a problem. You did it! Nathaniel, you did it! Jin Alir. Oh. Is it not your pro gamer name? Is that not what you call yourself in video game? No, I'm just kidding. Iwashi, thank you for 23 months! Yes! Yes! Can I help you name your Feraligatr Charizard? Yeah, name your Feraligatr Charizard and your Charizard Feraligatr. Also, thank you for 23 months. I love it. Thank you, Iwashi. Rosette, thank you for... That somehow feels ominous, but thank you all the same. Thank you for the soup. Do I nickname my Pokies? Always. Always. Bunny says, a lot of the themes I go for when coming up with fairy teams and gems are very cute and happy, but some fairy type Pokemon have a lot of potential for dark fairy tale or dark magical girl themes too. Yes, they do. I think that there's a lot of fairy types that lean into sort of having like a darker vibe to them, but for the most part, they tend to be whimsical or food-based, and that's okay, I guess. I will say some of my least favorite Pokemon belong to the fairy typing, which is usually anthropomorphic food, but I'm growing to hate them less and less, so it's okay. I'm still a little suspicious of that one, but thanks, Strawberry. Thank you. Chaco-Ree, thank you for 7 months. Yippee! Fun. Oh, boom. I was gonna hit that noise. Grimsnarl does have a banger design, that's true. That whole area from Sword and Shield, that was like the highlight of Sword and Shield for me, was that cool fairy area. I love that mushroom forest, it was so sick, dude. You could have had like the most banging fucking like ghost bug centipede yokai in there, and that would have been so cool. Give me I want a bug legendary so bad. Gen 10 better have a bug legendary. I'm rioting. The idea that you could accidentally eat a Pokemon stresses me out. I don't think I'm bothered by that. I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it again. I think Pokemon is at its best when the Pokemon themselves are not sentient. I do not like the idea of sentient Pokemon. I get it. The idea is like, yeah, you want to be the very best, like no one ever was. You want to be Ash Ketchum. They're all your best friends. That's sure, whatever. I don't like that. It makes it very, very weird when like a Pidgey eats a Caterpie. I'm like, oh, that's a sentient creature eating another sentient creature. Like, it's funny until you think about the biology, and then it's not funny. And then it doesn't make any sense. Then it's really scary and sad. And I get the idea is like, oh, but they could all be your best friends. Your Butterfree cares about you the same way like your mom does. And it's like, no, I don't think so. Because if that Butterfree gets eaten by a Fearow, I don't want to feel like I lost a family member. Like, that sucks. Like, I know the score, dude. I say this as someone whose favorite type is bug. I get it. I am okay with a universe where all of my Pokemon actively want to eat me. Like, if I died in a room with my Spinarak, I understand he'd eat me. That's okay. Because he is there to be my friend in the context that I love him. He doesn't have to love me back. He just knows I give him food. And that's okay. Koi, thank you for the delicious soup. I'm not going to get into the big talk about this again. But I think that, like, edible Pokemon is completely logical and makes sense. Like, I don't want to feel bad if I'm like, that Magikarp looks like delicious sashimi and I want to bite. I don't want to feel bad. Trying to parasocial. Shut up. You shut up. So Turtwig would try to eat me? Probably, yeah. True Strike says, I assumed Pokemon are just animals with magic powers for the most part. I do think that's how Pokemon was originally written. I mean, I think that they like could form a bond in the same way you could form a bond with your pets in real life, right? Which makes sense, totally. I mean, you can love an animal and it doesn't have to love you back. And some animals do love you back, like cats, dogs, a lot of like very domesticated animals will love you back. Does your spider love you back? Probably not. It probably just knows you give it food and that's enough. And that you can love that spider, but it doesn't have to love you back. And that's fine. That is the definition of love, is that it doesn't need to be reciprocated, right? But man, the idea that everything in the Pokemon universe is sentient and cognizant and aware of its space and self-aware of its like place in the universe, and yet they get trapped in balls and fight to the death, that's funny if you don't think too deep about it, and that's cool for like... That's cool writing for a child, which Pokemon is a child's franchise written for children, and I understand that. It's just when I consume Pokemon and try to think about it as a universe from a world-building perspective, I would not write it that way. Don't Roseters taste like crabs? No. You guys taste like crushed up gems. No. Sometimes to suspend disbelief, you have to go more into absurdism instead of realism. And that's totally fine. I get it. Pokemon as a concept was never meant to be thought about that deeply. The problem is, I really like Pokemon, and it's probably the most like complex, nuanced RPG out there with maybe the most interesting competitive battle system I've ever played from a turn-based game. Also, I like cool magical creatures in fantasy. And all of those things line up, but the writing is still for children, and that is fine. I don't want them to change it because they're too deep in the sauce now, but when I'm cannoning Pokemon, to me, they are animals. They're animals that I love, but they are animals. So Shinri would eat a Rosator. Yep. Rosators taste like a salt rock? I haven't eaten a Rosator. I don't know. So we are what we eat? Yes. No? Would you eat a Rosator? Under the right conditions. Yeah, hell yeah. Would you not? What do you mean you wouldn't? No. First of all, you're right. You guys are emergency food. Second of all, guys, yes, you would. You'd eat a Rosator. Let's be honest. Come on. Come on. In an emergency situation, you wouldn't eat a Rosator. Come on. Come on. That's totally fair, Leah. I get that. Also, thank you for the soup. Oh, dude, Companions would be delicious. Boo! Would it hurt your teeth, though? Not if you ate the insides. I cannot have another Zatsu where I talk about the nature of cannibalism, so I'm not going to dive down into that. I already went too far down into competitive Pokemon. I'm not going to keep talking about that. Would I eat you guys in a survival situation? Yes, and I hope you would do the same to me. Okay, I'd wait for you to die first, don't worry. Now that's the end of that conversation. That's it. I'm done talking about that. I'm done. Oh, dude, Bubbies would be delicious. Wow. Hakitos would be good. Bubbies would be good. Yeah. Companions would be so good, dude. Oh, wow. Companions. Slice them up, put them on a little bit of ice so they stay cool. Woo! Woo! Dude, I bet Bubbies taste like already like herb baked. Oh, that'd be so tasty, dude. What else would I eat? I'd probably try a Makirin. Probably like a, I don't know, like a mochi or something like that, maybe. Or it would taste like tar. Maybe it'd be bad. No. Do you guys think that like Colter tastes like Baja Blast? You know what I've always really wanted to try was the little healing items from Tales of Symphonia. You know what I'm talking about? Those little like weird jelly spheres. Those look so good, dude. Those look tasty. I always thought they'd be like just barely not liquid. Like almost a liquid, you know what I mean? But you could like drink them without chewing them at all. Like, I want that. Yeah, the apple gels, dude. Those look so good. Those look so good. Oh, they tasted like Ramune. I've never heard of the Baja Blast pie, but I'd give it a shot, sure. Oh, Estus Flask. I want to try an Estus Flask so bad. Let me get that Sunny D. I mean, I'm sure sorority's edible, probably. I'm not talking about cannibalism anymore. Now I'm talking about eating mascots. Wait, is that a real thing? Is the Baja Blast pie a real thing? Are you guys talking about like an actual object? Huh. How curious. Interesting. It's being sold at select Ruze Bells. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to try it out. You think Estes Flask is coffee? I bet it's orange juice, dude. Oh, I bet it's delicious, delicious orange juice. I want to taste Estes Flask. Oh, but what if it's like hot orange juice because it's like from the sun or whatever? Ugh, maybe not. Maybe I don't want that actually. Actually, would hot orange juice be good? Would that be like a cider? Has anybody ever heated up orange juice before they tried it? Hold on. Everybody be quiet. Somebody said they have. Oh, they said don't do it. Never mind. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's meh. Ew, brother. Ew. Oh, it tastes like medicine? Ew. Would hot pickle Pepsi be any good? No. No, I don't think so. I think you just said 3 words that should never be together. Hot pickle and Pepsi, none of those words belong in the same sentence, no matter what. Fried fish and chocolate what are you what? What is a chocolate porridge? What is that? Like a chocolate pudding? Hot pickle is a thing, and it's disgusting. What the hell is a champorado? Huh? No, it's not a classic. I've never even heard that word. Oh, it's Filipino. Ah, I see. It's a Filipino dish. Wait, but with fish? Chocolate oatmeal? I don't even like oatmeal, dude. I hate oatmeal. Blech. Blech. No, thank you. No, thank you. Ooh, dried salty fish sounds pretty good, though. Yum, 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 yum. I see. I would possibly give that a shot. I will say that sun-dried fish with like a sweet contrast could be pretty good. I think it would hit the same way like contrasting flavors hit. Hell yeah, Lumiere, good luck. It's a long VOD, but not that long. It's like a 6.5 hours. It's pretty tolerable. Start a little later, though. I think it starts around like 12 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. Oatmeal is one of the only foods I eat when my tummy starts to really act up. Well, my tummy's always acting up, so that is an inevitability. I just eat normally when my tummy's acting up. However, if I'm starting to feel really queasy, like I gotta throw up, I simply will not eat. I remember distinctly when I was a kid. Here we go. Are you guys ready for more Crimzon Rulez lore? It's been a while since I've hit you with one of these bombs. When I was a kid, I got sick, and I was throwing up a lot, and I would not eat. And I already was pretty bad about eating much when I was a kid. Like, I just didn't eat frequently at all. Oh, wait, hold on. Bunny Hugger says, warm orange juice probably won't end up as nasty as mixing sour gummy strips with energy drinks. I've heard that's quite acidic. That sounds like it would burn your mouth, but thank you for the soup all the same. I didn't almost die. Well, I might have almost died and I didn't know it. Okay, so like, for context, before I was this big, beautiful man that you see before you today, believe it or not, and I'm a little ashamed to admit this, I was a pretty scrawny kid, right? I was like 90 pounds well into like my early adulthood. I'm talking like 5'10", weighed 90 pounds type shit, right? Probably not very good for you, I assume. I don't know. I just didn't eat a lot. Anyway, hold on. Hold that thought, Pinko-kun. Wait a minute. You know what? Actually, I got to do this or I'll forget it. Pinko-kun says, thoughts on chocolate and cheese together? No, but I like eating oranges with cheese sticks, which is funny because I don't like cheese sticks that much. but the orange contrasts it so sharply that it's totally fine. I like that. I actually kind of dislike cheese sticks, if I'm being honest, unless they're mixed with something else, like cheese stick and beef stick together. Okay, it says, Mexican champorado is a maize porridge which gives you the salty flavor. Added with some chocolate, it's like drinking a chocolate-covered pretzel. Ooh. I'm not a big chocolate pretzel guy either, but you know what? I'd still give it a shot. I would still try it. I would give it a shot. Anyway, so as a kid, I was very tiny. I was very scrawny. And I would not eat my food. Like, I was the type of kid who got in trouble very frequently for taking 2 to 3 hours to finish dinner. I was the type of kid who would chew my food down to such a fine grain mush because I was so afraid of choking that it would take me forever to eat anything. And I got almost all of my calories through liquids. I was always drinking, no matter what. Water, Kool-Aid, tea, whatever. I was always drinking something. And my parents would be angry at me because I would like drink a bunch of like water or whatever before dinner, and then dinner would come around and I would finish like a quarter of my plate. And they'd be like, "You need to eat, Ruze." And I'm like, I'm not hungry. And they're like, "You need to eat, Ruze." I'm like, I'm not hungry. We would get in arguments. But one day, I've got 2 stories for you. So one time, they made breakfast, and I would not eat it because I wasn't hungry. And I'm not a big morning eater or whatever. And I guess they had reached their breaking point with me not eating enough. And they made me sit there, and they're like, "You're not getting up till you finish your meal." I don't know if you've ever had cold eggs, but I sat there for like 8 hours, and I would not eat it. And then later, the next day, I had to go to school, and I came back, and everybody was having dinner, and they're like, "You get to finish your last meal." And it was a day and a half old eggs, and I was like, no. So I sat there, and I stared at it because I wasn't hungry, and it was gross, so that was even worse. And then I went to school the next day, and they finally threw it away, and then I had normal food. But anyway, that's one story. Story 2. Check this out. I got sick, and I couldn't eat anything. This is way later. This is not the same time. I got sick. I couldn't eat anything. I was I threw up once, and I couldn't stand it, so I just refused to eat for a while, and nothing sounded appealing, and everything made me feel sick. So for about 3 days, I just didn't eat anything. And then I passed out for a long time. I passed out for I don't know, I probably slept for... I think I went to sleep for 32 hours or something. Like, I went to sleep on a school day or a weekend, I think. Yeah, I went to sleep on a Sunday, and I woke up, and it was a Tuesday, and I had missed the bus. And I was like, "Oh, no, where's the bus?" My parents were like, "You missed it, Ruze." I was like, "Oh, no, I'm going to be late. I have a paper to turn in." It was due Monday, and they're like, "It's Tuesday." I was like, "Holy shit. Oh, no." But that day, I was no longer sick because I'd slept it off for so long, and I ate 4 plates of spaghetti, and I'm talking packed up plates. I don't know if you've seen a dinner plate. It was dinner plate size, packed up plates of spaghetti, and I ate all of it. I mean, all of it. I was so hungry. This is and at the time I was still tiny. I probably weighed 70 pounds. I was probably 4'8" maybe, and I crushed so much spaghetti. And they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm hungry." You really were the middle child, huh? I was actually the youngest at this point. This is before my younger brother was born. It was the tastiest spaghetti I ever had, dude. Weren't they concerned? Of course they were concerned, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Go to the hospital? They couldn't pay for that. I was 30% spaghetti, dude. It was so good. Hi, Ruze. I grew up eating peanut butter sandwiches with sliced bananas on top. I get judged for liking it. What do you think? That sounds delicious. Why would you get judged for that? That sounds good. I mean, I've never done it, but bananas and peanut butter are a classic. What are they afraid of? Also, thanks for 16 months. Yeah, my body caught up on that nutrients quick. It's funny because I remember during those 2 or 3 days where I was sick, I ate a single French fry. And oh my God, I have literally never projectile vomited before except for that day. I ate one French fry and my body's like, "Get this stomach acid out of me." So I stopped eating for a while. I don't know what the hell happened to me. Maybe I was food poisoned and I didn't know it. And in my parents' defense, by the way, before we're like, "Oh, what bad parents." They were checking on me when I was sick. I'm pretty sure they were checking on me when I was doing my 32-hour fucking food nap or whatever, or sickness nap before I could eat. And they did try a lot of different things to get me to eat when I was sick. You know, like they were giving it an effort. Like usually we would never go out for fast food because we didn't have the money for that kind of shit. And they went and got McDonald's. They're like, here, this will get you. Eat this. And to their credit, that is why I ate that French fry. Because I was like, ah, cool, McDonald's. It wasn't great. And I knew I wasn't going to like it. I knew I would be sick. But I was like, man, I never get McDonald's. I ate that one fry. It was not a good time. I had an intestinal infection so bad I couldn't eat or drink for nearly 3 days because it felt like acid running through my innards. Damn, Aurora. Also, thanks for the soup. I was going through the horrors. It's true. Yeah, it's probably food poisoning. Probably, yeah. Crimzon Nui is staring at me. Are you staring back? Do you want it? I bet you want it, huh? I bet you're thinking, man, I could use a Crimzon Nui or 8 in my life. In fact, why don't we all get 8 Crimzon Nuis? Let's all go bankrupt getting Crimzon Nuis, and then we can all look the government in the face and say we're very normal. Zoom in on the Nui. I love him. I can't. He follows the zoom. He's an evil, evil little entity. He's a bad guy. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, the bad luck, Aura. Okay, that's a good distance. Where do you get the plushie? It's a good time to advertise it. Well, actually, if you click the link at the top of the chat, you'll be able to grab yourself your very own Crimzon Nui. Now, shipping's a little expensive right now due to a lot of different things going on in the world, so, I mean, it might be more bang for your buck if you grabbed a couple at a time instead of just getting one. There you go. Did I do it? Did I shill? I'm the ultimate YouTuber, brother. He's just laying there, menacingly! I would have done that, Hikaru, except my bad luck is bottomless. It's infinitely refreshing. Four is the optimal amount. 1 for everyday use, 1 in case of damage, 1 for display, and 1 for the jar. Is that like that fucking vile jar meme, or is that like a fairy in a bottle, like Zelda style? Fine, maybe I'll get 2. Listen, that's just economics, baby. You're smart, I'm smart, we understand cost effectiveness. It just makes sense if you want to save on shipping to get 2. Drive yourself into bankruptcy. Do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't actually do that. Not the economy of scale, dude. That's girl math, baby. Like, if I'm already spending money while I'm shopping online, I may as well grab a bunch of stuff to make the shipping worth it, you know? Girl math. True, but I'm too broke. All right, Narissimo, I didn't want to have to do this, but I guess steal money out of everybody's wallets. Steal from your employer. Steal from your family. Steal from your loved ones. I'm kidding. I bet. Let's go. My new alliance with Crimmy Woos has begun. All hail Crimmy Ruze. Who the hell's Crimmy Ruze? Is that like my vile nemesis, my shadow clone? Is that like my Dark Link or whatever? Is that like the guy who comes out of fucking like a pool of inky shadows and says, ooh woos? You do only need 1 kidney. That's a good point. I thought your dark form was Obsidian Ruze. I don't know who that guy is. That's just some weird guy who likes cranking his hog. Yeah, it's my grandpa. That's not my grandpa. Don't listen to that. That's not true. Well, I've got about 6 minutes until my collab. Uh-oh. And I'm so tired. All All right, guys, collabs canceled. I'm going to go take a nap. No, I'm kidding. Bro, lattes don't do anything for me. I try, but they don't give me any caffeine, really. See, Falcona? It's big brain time. That's just math. Snork. Yeah, dude, what's with all the 30 hours no sleep? All right, listen, now in my defense, that only happened twice this week. And the only reason it happened twice this week is because both days I was prepping until like 9 or 10 a.m. For other stuff, and I was too invested in what I was prepping, and I forgot that I had a stream the next day. And then my brain, because I was so off schedule, was like, oh, well, that's the day, that's tomorrow. And it's like, well, tomorrow is in like 3 hours. I'm like, oh, shit, fuck, that's right. Damn. Dude, I was so tired. I want to fall asleep on my desk. I was so tired for that collab with Armis. I was so tired for Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week, I felt hollow. Like I didn't have any like insides. Like somebody had, like unzipped me and taken out my bones and all my organs and stuff and just left the like skin and shell. I felt so like drifting in a sea of my own goop or whatever. Like I myself was just my circulatory system, and that's all I felt, and everything else was just free floating. Yeah, I felt hollow, like a hollow star. I was so tired. Luckily, I crushed a delicious stamina potion, and it didn't give me a ton of caffeine, but it gave me enough to make it through. So that was cool. And then also the same for the cooking collab. The cooking collab, I was pretty beat. Whew. By the time I started the cooking collab, I think I was at 26 hours. But at least it wasn't like 36 or whatever. I did make an incredibly edible crepe? I was so tired that I just locked in and started working on it. I went into full like I have to win this competition mode, which was fucking stupid. Like there was almost no funnies involved. I was like, I'm just locked in. I'm winning this. That's how I know I'm tired. I'm like, I'm not even fucking with people. I'm like going full fucking like I'm in a competition and I must win now. Oh, hold on. The group chat's typing. What's wrong? Sorry, one sec. Okay, sorry. I was a sanctuary of sanity. You're welcome, I guess. How many words per minute can you type? I don't know. 69. Thank you for the 5 gifted chips. Thank you. You guys are too sweet. Thank you. Thank you for always like throwing support and stuff during these morning lattes. I know they're not like the most hype streams or whatever, and I tend to be a little low energy on them, but I mean, it's kind of good to just get the brainworms out early, especially on days where I have collabs. It's nice to just have time to shoot the shit with you guys. And collabs, I tend to be very focused on what I'm doing. So thanks. Thank you for the chips and the soups and for, you know, supporting me in general. It's very nice. I love Morning Latte. Thank you. Oh, Milksop says, for Monster of the Week art, is there a specific place to put it, or is the Muse and everyone's art tag okay? Sorry, I don't know nothing. Yeah, just put it. You can put it in the Crimzon Muse tag. You could put it in the Hollow Marches tag, since that's my TTRPG tag typically. Definitely tag the others if it's their characters. I think they'd love to see that. People are always super excited when you guys draw their OCs, either for Hollow Marches or for any one shot or anything. People are always very hype about that, I find. Yeah. You can also technically use the Crimzon line tag if it's like during a stream or whatever, but I would say for posterity, maybe use Hollow Marches and their art tag. Dude, yeah, Uncle Herb's art was so good. It was so fucking good. Oh shit, I'm about to have to hop in this call. All right, I'm gonna arrange you guys over to do the waiting room for the collab. What do you mean by that? What's that for, Rosette? I mean, thank you for the soup. Uncle Herb's art was so fucking good, dude. And oh, that model was so cool, too. It was so cool. Wow! Now, that's not your name, but just because it says it, at Ainsley Marie. Extra the 20 gets and chips. Thank you, 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 thank you. All right, I'm gonna raid you guys over to the waiting room for Lethal Collab. Lethal Collab? What the fuck? For the collab for Lethal Company is what I meant. Man, dude. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna take you over there, and I will see you in just a second. So stick around. It's about to get a little bit more hired. Sorry, one sec. I gotta remember how to raid on the new. Dude, YouTube changed their entire overlay again, and they also hid where the stream key was, so it took me like 15 minutes to figure out how to get into this stupid fucking room. Drove me insane. YouTube, stop changing things, or at least tell me where you change it. Document it, please. All right, anyway, I'm gonna take you guys over there. Thank you so much for hanging out for the morning latte. Thank you for yapping with me. Thank you for everything. That's all. I can't do a long form ending today. So I just want to say thank you to the VOD watchers and the lurkers and all the newsators and ruzeators and people who are just vibing. And a big shout out to the people who occasionally tab in because they hate me and they want me dead, but they also like looking at my face because I'm so irresistible. There's a certain neurotypical Riz I bring to the party that makes my haters still want to look at me. And I think it's funny. Mauled. Mauled, but said like the Lich from Adventure Time. Fall. Mauled. Nath, thank you for 6 months. Thank you for half a year. My VOD question of the day is, what Pokemon type would you like to see show up in Pokemon? Okay. And why is it food type? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, bye. I'll see you soon. See you in the collab. Bye. Mauled. I gotta learn to say it like it. Hold on. Fall. Mauled. Yeah, I can do it. Okay, bye!